Well, good morning, Ancient Oaks. LW here, and starting the day out and starting to got this live going. We already got a few folks here, and appreciate everybody getting on. Greetings to those that are be here live. Greetings to those that will be watching this on the replay. I know, like I said, many people don't catch it on the actual live broadcast. We got Sig and Anita and Pam and Karen and Lisa. Good morning. And we'll get going here. We got kind of a nice day. It's 86 degrees, kind of cloudy and overcast, and possibility of thunderstorms today. I guess yesterday there was a flood watch for most of the coastal counties, the East Coast. And I know that are expecting scattered thunderstorms today. So that's it. A little bit of weather, and I know that all around the country there's not either hot weather or wet weather going on. So a little bit of stuff going on here. Of course, the grass here with the warm days and a lot of moisture. It just jumps out of the ground, and the guys are doing their best to keep up with it. But it does get a little bit long before they're able to get to it. So we make it through in about a week. But I know at my house, 3 days after I mow, it looks like I could end up mowing again. So it's the same thing pretty much here. Okay. I had a few questions. People, we had been watching them drill. I'm pointing to the direction from my office, but to the west side of the park on the east side of Newman Slough. They've been drilling a deep well there. And then this last week or so, on the west side of Newman Slough, there's been some more stuff going on. And I didn't know what it was. So I called South Florida Water Management. And I got the word that is actually going to be the plant that they're going to try with the water remediation. That's for removing the phosphorus from the water that comes into the lake, and by removing phosphorus, they hope to keep the what we call the nutrient levels lower in the lake, so we don't get the algae blooms and all that. So that's what that construction is. That's part of a little bit more of the project of the water remediation for the Lake Okeechobee. So that's what that construction is going on over there. Well, I didn't take any pictures of it for you folks out of town. I'll try to get pictures for the next live so you can kind of see what's going on. And we got a few more people saying hi, Nancy and Renee and Ed and Linda Rafferty. Good morning from you folks. Sig and Pam, I know, are here. Karen's here. And well, no, I think, are you out? Yeah, you're says you're in Michigan. You're out running around. Okay. And I know Lisa's here. All right. Speaking of Lisa, let me put something on the screen here. Put it. There we go. This Thursday, August 3rd, hamburger and hot dogs and potato chips and dessert, $6 or $6.50 if you want a cheeseburger, and that's at the clubhouse. This is August 3rd. Okay, I'll bring it back up at the end of the broadcast, so in case somebody comes in late. Got 30 folks on here, and hope everybody. Yeah, we are in the last days of July. It is going to be. Well, we got one more working day in July. The Monday will be the 31st. Then we're already into August. So things are moving along. 6 weeks from now, I've been told that on it, hopefully in 6 weeks from now, they'll be working on the windows and doors at the clubhouse. Okay. So I think I had that listed here. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, there we go. There's one. Check that off. Sorry about that. Anyway, they got stuff is moving along, and the on that project. I guess got the material. I would assume he's got the material ordered, and we've gotten an electrician in because not only the doors being replaced, they're going to have electricity to them because the main door coming in and the main door going out to the pool are going to be handicap accessible, where you'll be able to push a button, and that requires being electrified, getting the circuit over there and getting that taken care of, and all has to meet all the code requirements. And I said these doors are going to be very handy for the handicap, allowing in and out. But boy, when we do get them in, people, please don't, how you want to say it, take care of our doors because they're going to be expensive. Okay, and Victoria's reminding us, don't forget your channel 901 on Bluestream. Those here in the park. And those that, if anybody is using the app out of the park, tell me if you can get the channel 901 while you're on the app, rather than if you're not in here in the park. But and then if you want something put up on the community channel and that, send the email to Victoria there, or Tori, at ancientoaks1@gmail.com, and we'll get that on there and keep that community channel new and fresh. And unfortunately for some of you folks, I say unfortunately, but she's also putting up the link to the live, my Friday lives, and so that will replay on the channel. So you don't even need a computer or phone to watch it on. You can watch it on your TV. Isn't that ain't that special? Okay, all righty. Yeah, I guess I should show that. Maybe you guys can read the comments, but I'll put the comment up there. So that's the ancientoaks1@gmail.com is to get the stuff from up to put onto the community channel. All right, channel 901. And they are playing in the post office rooms, but apparently after a couple hours, the Bluestream wants to know if somebody's there and hit OK to keep watching it. So I guess the audio's still going, but the video's now, because I had somebody thought they could hear me on the phone and the live going this morning. They asked me if my phone was playing over their speakers somehow there. Okay, let's see what else we have here. At the pool, we got a new lifesaver ring, or they call it life ring, but anyway, the ring you throw out in case somebody's having trouble in the water. Got a new one of those. I don't know how long the one had been here. As far as I know, it's been here ever since I've been here, so that was over 14 years. So got a new one, and we got a new shepherd's hook. The pole's a lot longer. Chris is going to have to find some new hooks to hang it from, so he's getting that taken care of. Got that. So, the construction project across the way there. Just a reminder about dogs and cats. The rule in the park is that if they're outside, they have to be on a leash and they can't be tied to anything. You can't tie them to a post or attach to any object. So basically, you have to hang on to them. That's what the rule says. But anyway, please do not let your cats out at night to wander. Do not feed feral cats during the daytime or nighttime, because we're going to have to do our best to remove them from the park if they are wandering the park at night. They climb on people's cars, especially if it's some convertibles, and they leave their hairs on it. They, cooler weather, they find a warm spot. So we just do not want the cats, and also whatever they get into. No letting your cats out without them being on a leash and you being there with them. That is the long-standing rule on the park. We had an inspection from the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. They inspected our water plant and our sewer plant. Well, I don't know if they did the sewer plant, but they definitely did the water plant. The sewer plant will probably be coming up soon. No, they already did that a few months ago. I think they stagger them by 6 months. So we did have a few things that we had to fix, but they were just small things, and we got it done within a few days, other than one where we had to have our water meter calibrated as far as saying how much water we use, and calibrated with a machine that is very accurate. Probably am going to have to order a new water meter because it is off by 7.6%. They only allow it to be off by 10% before you have to replace it. So that's probably going to I need to get it here and plan on replacing it so it's accurate. But along with that, we've been over reporting our usage. And so they did say that we need to reevaluate the design study of the capacity of our plant, because we've been hitting 75% of our capacity, daily capacity, during season. And so in order to be in a safety margin, over reporting by 7.6%, that takes it actually down that we're only like 68% of capacity. But still, it'd be best that we find out what we can do, and that'd be along the trying to get a quote on changing from our resin filters, which use salt, which has greatly increased in price recently, to using a membrane type filter, which does a better job and does not require salt. It just requires them to be back flush. So that is on the agenda. One thing just to let you guys be aware of, to change out the resin in our filters back there is about $40,000. I'd rather spend that towards a new higher capacity filter system than doing that. So we're looking into that, and had to get some tests on the water done, and of course recording all our numbers. So just a little tidbit there. Blue Stream. A lot of people are getting hooked up, and most of the time it goes fairly well, fairly easy. And there was once or twice somebody said that if your first hookup, your first install is free, or whatever you want to call it, there is no charge for that. So if they try to tell you, if it's your very first time you're hooked up, or when you come back in the fall, that there's a cost to that, tell them to refer to their contract with Ancient Oaks. There is no charge for that first install. And but if you change your services and add-on services, then there is a charge for that tech coming out and installing it that way. The last check for $141 was mailed a few weeks ago, and we got a big batch of checks that had been returned. And Victoria called all those folks. I know there are a fair amount of folks that still did not get that check, the second check. I hear that, Barb. Nope, there's another one there. Just happened to those. Okay. Once again on this, and repeated it a few times, but I have to do it again. If your box was closed, or for some reason it couldn't be put in your mailbox here in the park, it got returned to the post office, and there was that they call it undeliverable, and their process of returning them back to Coral Springs Blue Stream is no set time period that they get it back. Unfortunately, just like when we've mailed out stuff from the park, there's been stuff that's been almost 2 to 3 months later before they get it back to us, that they weren't able to deliver it. So hopefully that's not going to happen. It's not going to take that amount of time. But if it couldn't get delivered here, it gets sent back to Blue Stream, then Blue Stream periodically brings the checks to us if there's any amount. I will be checking on that. Like I said, most people, I've got a list of the people, but probably in about another month, I'll ask for anybody that has not gotten their Blue Stream check to let me know their second check for $141. Let me know, and we will then give that list to them to get them to reissue that. Hope that gets taken care of. I gave them some information the other day for reissues, and they're supposed to do that. And if you notice the other day, they put in the order to change our phone numbers, our phone provider. We went from CenturyLink. We are now, the phones are on Blue Stream Fiber. Go through that. I like the quality of the calls coming in. Seems to be a lot better. But they, when they did that, they didn't coordinate. The tech came the day after, not the day of the change. So we went a day and part of the next day without phone service. But we are up and going now. We got the phones here and we got the fax line going. The next step is to get the Clubhouse phone switched over. A lot of people don't even know, having realized that there is a phone in the Clubhouse. It's just for emergencies, but it's there, and we'll get that taken care of and get that changed over. So that is on my list. Once again, in about a month, let me know. Any that are get returned from Coral Springs, they're supposed to let us know and bring them over, and then Victoria contacts those people. We track all those, and just like this last time when we did it, they got a batch of checks in. They had duplicated about 6 or 7 of them, and sent checks out, double paid somebody, and so we had to return those back to Blue Stream. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, don't forget to go ahead and hit that like button. We got about 10 people that have, and we got 54 on. Doesn't cost anything. Hit that like button. That helps the algorithm for the channel, for the Ancient Oaks. Other than that, okay, Lisa Taylor, what we got here? I've missed innings. Blue Stream, I've missed innings to movies because of that. Was it because they drop out, or what's the reason there that you missed the innings to the movies? I did hear somebody else say something that something's going on and then it's flipped to another channel. So if that happens, please, if you can, let's say, due to sleep mode. All right. That is something I'm going to address with Blue Stream then, that they need to increase that time on that sleep mode, because apparently if it goes to sleep and by the time you get it back on, then you may have missed a good portion of the program. Okay. Yeah. So let's see if we can put in a tech respect for that. Tech ticket, there we go, request to get that sleep mode changed. Okay, that is that. Okay, that was the 901. Okay, good morning from folks. Let's make sure I haven't missed anything that they are listing on the, no, I don't see any questions that I missed. We'll be looking forward to all you folks returning back in the fall. Let's see. Gotta get that. Okay, gotta take that back off. Okay. Victoria wanted me to reminder that dues, maintenance fees are due. The July 1st was the date of the second quarterly payment for the year. October will be the next one. Do remember to get your quarterly payment in. I don't know how many people missed that date, but I will, like I said, remind $544. And if you missed that 15th is well past the 15th. I believe it's $12.50 we charge in a late fee. So get those payments in. So that would make it $550, $650 if you're late. Okay. What's new with the gate system? We did see over last weekend there was a little bit of a glitch there. I guess I can tell you the story on that. We have what is called a SOS, is supposed to be for the emergency personnel to be able to hit their siren, and it's supposed to open the gate for the emergency people. That went bad, and they came in last Thursday, put the new one on. It was under warranty, and so they gave us a new one. Apparently, it was just a little bit out of adjustment, the guy said, and it started going crazy on Friday morning. It would drop the gate and then open it back up and drop the gate, so it was a problem. So I disconnected it and called them in for a service call on Friday morning, and they told me they would be here on Monday. And over Saturday, it then went crazy. It went really nuts again. And in the afternoon, I got a call or a text about it going bad. And it took me about 2 hours to get here. And when I did get here, it wasn't even opening at all. It was shut and was not operating. And so I shut the system off, rebooting it and all that, raised the gate up and tried it again, and it closed but wouldn't open. So I opened it up, and as I was inspecting it, so I left it open for the Sunday, but as I was looking at it, I saw some lizard poop on one of the circuit boards. So I cleaned that off, but it didn't help, and I knew I had some circuit board cleaner or electronic cleaner. And so Monday morning, I brought that in, cleaned it off, and in the process of cleaning it, I think it's Monday, either the tech came on Monday afternoon or Tuesday, or mid-morning, or Tuesday mid-morning, forget which day they made it. But we had to have the gate left open for a period of time. As I was looking at it again, a lizard had gotten under we have the LED panel on there and the circuit board underneath it. A lizard had gotten in there and died, and the decomposing body was short-circuiting the integrated circuit boards. So that's what happened as far as the gate over the weekend. They have the money for ordering the parts for the new gate system and the new card system, where you won't need a remote programmed or remote at all. Your card will automatically, it's going to have a long range reader. I don't know exact date, but they're going to be coming with that. Along with that long range reader, when you come in, only when you come in, the gate will record who came in or what card was used to gain access. When we do get the gate in the new cards, you'll turn in your old card and it will give you a new one. And at that time, we are going to have people fill out a new not only their contact list, but all the pertinent information, what vehicle you're driving, what your tags are on that. So we'll have you fill that out, so we make sure our system is up to date on vehicles, and we can search if there's somebody that we need to contact and we got the plate number on the vehicle, we can contact them. But it's also matched that when somebody comes in, they use their card and it's something we need to check on, we just match their tag number to that, and just in case somebody's giving out the cards to people that shouldn't be coming in. So that'll be one thing. But that is on the way. It is in process, but it is only going to be open the gates. As far as any other equipment that is not in the process yet, but after working on the entrance gate the other day, we may have to replace that soon. Because just the fact that it's wearing out, the circuit boards has gotten compromised, and probably the cost of replacing circuit boards in it would be about the cost of replacing the whole thing, because you know how that goes. And the newer system works more on an electronic version rather than opening and closing it. It's got a cam and it opens and closes some contacts, rather than the new exit gate. This electronic system has got a magnet that trips a reader cell. So a little bit there. Okay. Let's see. I got a couple questions. Marlene, I did talk about earlier in the process. 6 weeks from now is when he hopes to start on that project. We've got the retainer sent to him for the about 50% of the cost of it. So that's 6 weeks. The doors and windows should be started on. Unfortunately, Margaret, on this one, will the new gate passes address the people who tailgate into the park? No, it won't. The problem with that is, in order to totally stop that, we would have to have 2 gates that come down, so there's only 1 vehicle in between. That would be a problem with big trucks, people bringing their boats in for the second one to close, and the amount of time, because you'd have to come, open the first gate, get in, first gate close, second gate open up, and we would get many complaints about it. Can't get through the gate quickly. So that the only thing to do on that is to, once you get past it, to stop. But if they pull up to the magnetic strip, for the safety feature, for the magnet, for the post not to fall down on a car, if the car is there, it's going to stay up. So the only thing is, if you can record the time that has happened, that somebody's tailgating into the park, I can look it up on the camera, the security system, because I can't search through hours of video, but I can pull up an exact time and pull off a license plate and to see if we can do someone there. Greg, on that, the system is capable of that. It may have to be that there is a cost, though, for it to be connected to. There's a certain amount of phones. But what is going to be nice about the new gate system, we can program a code into it that is good for a set period of time. Let's say you got somebody coming in on a weekend, you call the office, we can pull up the thing, give you a whatever 4 or 6 digit code to give that person, and it will work just during whatever period of time we tell it to work. Weekend only, the code will be good for that weekend and won't work after that. A couple hours. So you would have to just let us know ahead of time, and I should be able, as far as I know, I should be able to access it from my phone. In an emergency situation, you would call me. I should be able to say, okay, I can either open the gate or I can give them an access code to use. So that will be something that we will be able to do on that. Yeah. That is just a continual problem that we've had on Picket. We need to start reporting the people piggybacking in, and that is all right. So, no problem. You're late. Don't mind repeating it. Yes, I've already talked about that, but that's okay. About 6 weeks for the windows on the clubhouse. Okay. Yeah. like I said, if you report to me and I can pull up the thing, well, there's something in the works that I can't say publicly. Come talk to me, and there's something we may in the future be able to figure out something, a little bit of help on that, on the piggybacking and license plates of people coming in. It involves a license plate reader. Okay, Margaret, that liquid engineering that they'll be inspecting the tank. I looked back on my paperwork. I thought it was scheduled for August. They have not given me a date. It'll probably be later. It'd be more like maybe September, October. I gotta get with them. They're based in, I think, Montana or somewhere, and that's all they do is they go around inspecting tanks. So, and having that scheduled. So they must have on that. They don't actually have us scheduled yet, but I did put in the whatever you call it, the retainer for having them come and do that. It's interesting. For the one water tank, they go in it. It's the big water tank that's where the water's not under pressure. They get into it with scuba gear. They're sterilized and everything else, but they go swimming in our drinking water and inspecting the tank. The hydro tank, which is pressurized, there's a man hatch on it, and that's the last tank before it gets into the park, and that has to be shut down in order to get the hatch open. You can't have any pressure on it, so that's why we'll have to shut the water off for a period of time. But that'll be later, and we'll make sure that definitely get the word out when the water will be shut off for a period of time. So got plenty of time to work on that and make your preparations. Okay, but I don't have a date yet. I'm sorry about that. Don't have a date yet. Okay. I think I've answered the questions. And like I said, on the gate, there will be a way now of that I can give a code to people. There'll be it's a screen and it'll have a touchpad and be able to give a PIN code to somebody and it'll work for a certain period of time. So I saw that in operation up there, Titusville. Anyway, right across from Cape Canaveral. It was interesting. The facility I looked at was a seven-story building, and they didn't. If you had balcony, if you were facing the ocean, you get to see all the launches from your living room or kitchen or whatever windows you got facing that way. So kind of neat place. But they had the CAP XM. It's called the CAP XM system. So, all right. Well, I think that does it for today. Yep. Got everything taken care of. And I think I got all the questions hopefully answered sufficiently. Once again, you got my email address and you can text me and we'll take care of stuff. And there we go. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Take care. As it's been mentioned before, every day is not promised. So tell your loved ones you love them and see them. And we'll catch you next week on the live broadcast. Meantime, live long and prosper. And we are out and out of here.